Truckers Against Trafficking is a nonprofit with the mission to educate, equip, empower, and mobilize members of the trucking, bus, and energy industries to combat human trafficking as part of their everyday jobs. Yeah, so some signs of sex trafficking could be a car driving up and dropping off some girls. They could stay or drive away. You might see branding on the neck of a potential victim. You could see somebody who's maybe now malnourished, has bruises, they don't have access to their ID, maybe they also don't have much on them. They don't know where they are because traffickers like to take the victims to places that they're not familiar with so they can keep control of them. So those are some of the signs of trafficking. What should you do? You should call the National Human Trafficking Hotline number at 888-37-37-888. You can remain anonymous if you'd like, you don't have to, and just report what you've seen. Well, we know that before Truckers Against Trafficking came into existence, there were 3 calls into the National Human Trafficking Hotline from truckers. And we know since Truckers Against Trafficking has been in existence for over 10 years that there's been over 1,400 calls into the National Human Trafficking Hotline from truckers alone, resulting in over 1,000 cases, potential victims, 300 of which were children. And so we know that our materials are getting out and that the truckers are making calls. We also, of course, hear stories from truckers who make calls to save lives, and we just love that. Yes, UPS is a huge supporter of Truckers Against Trafficking. They support us financially, but they also support us in a myriad of other ways. They drive our Freedom Drivers project all across the country so that we can educate even more people on the realities of domestic sex trafficking. They've implemented our training for their drivers. I also do events with UPS to raise awareness for not just their drivers, but everybody in their packing facilities so that we can fight human trafficking together. I always like to point people to Nikki Clifton's TED Talk. She talks about how she got involved. She used to be UPS's Global Affairs Director and is now part of the UPS Foundation. And she just talks about how UPS got involved in human trafficking and then ultimately brought in Truckers Against Trafficking.
The first time I walked through the Freedom Driver Project trailer was unbelievably touching to me. Some of the stories, you don't even believe that that's happening in our country, let alone our world, are horrific. What some of these kids had to deal with, and they had to deal with it because they were put in that situation. And it wasn't good at all.
Human trafficking is one of the greatest human rights violations of our times. The traffickers are counting on our ignorance and our apathy to victimize our children. And we can no longer be ignorant and no longer be apathetic. And everybody now is hopefully trained and know what to look for to fight human trafficking and to make the call to save a life.
I'm Ben Ingersoll, a UPSer out of Ontario, California, and I am a Trucker Against Trafficking.
My name is Ernie Machuca. I'm a UPSer out of La Mirada, California. I'm a Trucker Against Trafficking.
My name is Laura Gallardo. I'm a UPSer from Grande Vista, and I'm a Trucker Against Trafficking.
Hi, my name is Leo Acosta. I'm a driver out of Ontario, California, and I'm a Trucker Against Trafficking.
Jonathan Ramirez, UPSer out of La Mirada, and I'm a Trucker Against Trafficking.
I'm Ryan Ibarra. I'm a UPSer, and I'm a Trucker Against Trafficking.
My name is Wayne Ponschke, a UPSer out of Southern California, and I am a Trucker Against Trafficking.